We're gonna be doing this one video about this racist, sexist, streamer slash video gamer slash, react channel called Asmongold. And yeah, we're gonna react to his shit about Antonio Talks, what he said to him. I know I am late to the party, but we still gonna do this shit.
So today, y'all, we're gonna be debunking a huge streamer by the name of Asmongold. This guy has millions on YouTube, millions on Twitch, and pretty much every time I see him on the internet, a clip of his or a tweet of him is something racist. Now, this all started because
it's not always racist; it's sexist sometimes too. And also, I do discriminate against people with disabilities, but yeah, sometimes it's racist too. Yeah, sure.
Because of a tweet and post that we already did a video.
You can't defend him. He already said it. He's racist, he's sexist, and he discriminates off of disabilities too. Against disabilities too, so.
On, right? Joe Bart. Shout out to Joe. But he had a clip of him basically saying that black people aren't inherently more violent than any other group of people. In quote, he states, if you are going to say statistically they do, that's only because of impoverished areas and the lives they've been given due to the implications of systemic racism. 100%. This is something that I preach all the time. To understand why black America is so bad, even though it's not really that bad the way they make it seem, is because all of the things.
Just like I said before, the only reason why our community is put in this type of box is because of what our community have to deal with, basically, in the past, in the modern, and in the future. Because I already know this isn't gonna stop until we actually go to war with these motherfuckers. I'd rather just go to another country for real and not deal with the bullshit, bruh. Yeah, there's gonna be racism, but it's gonna be subtle. And yeah, a lot of people hate that it's subtle racism, but it's much more healthier than the racism that's going on in fucking in America. Shit.
Things black people have been through in America. You have to go.
Really? It's because of slavery that somebody goes and robs a CVS? Like, well, why don't you explain to me how Jim Crow 50 years ago causes somebody to break in and rob somebody? Take some personal fucking accountability. You make a mistake, you commit a crime, you can't blame some shit that happened whenever you weren't even alive.
Bruh, he doesn't understand because he's fucking white, bruh. He's paler than the fucking sun that comes out every fucking day, bruh. What the fuck? He need to get outside and get himself a tan, bruh. He looking like a fucking goddamn pig. Just like his fucking ancestors and shit, bro.
This is the most brain dead, dumb fuck. Like, obviously that's not true. When you decide to do something, that's not somebody else's fault. When you commit a violent crime, that's not somebody else doing it.
We ain't saying it's someone else's fault. We saying it's the fucking it's y'all racism that kept us from doing what we wanted to do, basically. Is what your community has so much privileges, but yet we can't have the same amount of privileges as them. That's what it is. You are blind to see that because of your fucking skin color, bruh. You should know by now. If everybody keeps on saying it, plus white people are seeing it firsthand, bruh, then you got no room to fucking talk, bruh. You should shut the fuck up and play your fucking video game, because that's all you really good at, is play your fucking goddamn fucking video game, bruh.
to you, that's not because of some sort of like, oh wow, well it's because something happened 50 years ago. No, it's not. You are making a choice as an individual. How do I know that? Because most people don't make that choice. So when you do, and if you want to say, and by the way,
And
this,
bruh, you need to work on your delay, bruh, because I could see you don't know how to work your OBS, bruh. There is a setting. This is how I know you're fucking stupid as shit. There is a setting in your video setting, right, that delays the video, right? There's a problem with Antonio speaks vocals not going with his mouth.
this is the reason why it's immediately disproven. It's because plenty of people that are black, white, and everything don't make this choice. So if it was something that was affecting everybody, all of the black people would be making this choice. They're not. There's only some people making the choice, same as white people or Hispanics. Ultimately, it's you making the decision. You decide to commit a crime. That's it. It's that simple. I know personal accountability is scary, but you're going to have to get used to it.
Okay. It's my video.
Pause and
I'll retract what I said. That's my video. But yeah.
effect. These people act like they don't.
It's not. So the cause is that something happened 60 years ago, and the effect is that you rob a 7-Eleven. I'm not seeing the connection here.
Know about that. In fact, slavery wasn't that long ago. It was only 160 years ago. I've told
160. That's a ridiculously long time. Everybody that's dead, everybody that was alive then is dead. It was not. That's a long fucking time ago. Oh my God. What do you mean? This. Oh my God.
this story in a couple of my videos, but my mom was like a miracle baby. Not necessarily a miracle baby, but her dad, my grandfather, had my mom when he was in his 70s. I don't even know why he was busting nuts that old, but I'm grateful because I wouldn't be here. I never met my granddad. That's because he passed away before I was born. I was born in 2001. I believe he passed around the 90s, something like that. He lived a very long life. He was in his late 90s, I believe. So that meant he was born in the 1890s. Slavery ended in 1865. So
that means he wasn't alive during slavery.
That means I am connected to slavery 1 or 2 generations, right? It's not that long ago. Anyways, after slavery, we dealt with Jim Crow.
Let's get rid of we. You're born in 2001. There's no we there. You didn't deal with Jim Crow. You didn't deal with slavery. You didn't deal with...
This shit is about to come back, bruh. This shit is about to come back. Plus, you don't think there's a minuscule amount of Jim Crow when it comes to these privileges, bruh? Of course there is. There is a division when it comes to your people into our people. The cops rather put us in jail for what you guys be doing. Yeah, it's not as much as the 1930s. Yeah, it's not as much as the 1900s or the 1800s. But it's still going on. That's why I'm gonna show you so you see this. Publication not founded in any part by the U.S. federal government. So this is not from any federal government. Senior editor, S. Gross at University of Michigan. University of Michigan. Senior researcher, Maurice Pausley. Researcher Ken Alderborg, Clara Steffens, research fellow, Exonerations National Registry. Okay. Innocent black people are about 7.5 times more likely to be convicted of murder than innocent white people. It is right there. 7.5 times more likely, bruh. That applies equally to those who are sentenced to death and those who are not. And this was made in September 3rd, 2022. So it's relevant. Only 4 years apart. So you got murder, you got sexual assault. Innocent people are almost 8 times more likely than white people to be falsely convicted of rape. Falsely convicted of rape, bruh. A prisoner serving time for sexual assault is more than 3 times more likely to be innocent if he is a black than if he is white. Obviously, because white people that's their crime. Sexual assault, rape, child pornography, all that shit is mostly what white people do. That's the truth about it. Y'all like that sexual domination and shit, bruh. Just like Epstein, Trump, and all them other white people. They like that bullshit. I don't know what's with y'all white people, but y'all just like that shit. I don't get it. That's nasty shit, bruh. Assaults on white women by black men are a small minority of all sexual assault in the United States, but nearly half of sexual assaults with white eyewitnesses, misidentifications that lead to exonerations. Bruh. Drug crimes. 69% of drug crime exonerees are black and 16% are white. That means that innocent black people are 19 times more likely to be convicted of drug crimes than innocent whites. A much larger disparity, my bad. Yeah, sometimes I can't talk. Disparity than we see for murder and rape, despite the fact that white and black Americans use illegal drugs at similar rates. Bruh. Alright. Look at this. Exonerations by race of defendant and type of crime. N equals 3,200. So that's basically how many times how many people are subjected to this, this whatever it is. I forgot what it's called. Yeah, for the registry, basically. How many people in this registry was used, basically. R crime 3,200. I think. I don't know though. Murder 32% black. Exoneration by race of defendant and type of crime. So 32% of white people were exonerated by murder, while black people 55% are exonerated by murder. So that means more black people have been exonerated or freed because the crime doesn't fit what they did. So so they're not the perpetrator of this crime. 32% means 32% of these people were free. But the thing about it is 32 minus 100 is what? 7 no, 68. Yeah, 68. Yeah, let's check that. So minus 32 equals, oops, 100. Ooh, what am I fucking doing? 100 minus 32 equals, yeah, 68. So 68% of white people compared to 55%, which is what, 45. Yeah, 45. 45% of black people were convicted of these type of crimes. Murder. So sexual assault, 33% out of 59. Just like I said before, we don't do sexual assault. We don't. That's not our, this is not our type of crime. We are mostly assault and yeah, murder, or drugs, or uh what, driving under the influence, basically. Assault, murder, driving under the influence, and drugs, basically. That's what we do. Now with y'all like, yeah, sometimes we get into domestic assault, but white people do more than that. More domestic assault than us. So white people, sexual assault, rape, uh white collar crimes, which is like fraud, fraud, uh stealing money from business. I forgot what it's called. Those are more white collar crimes. Armed robbery would be considered uh a white person crime too. Uh School shootings, they love that school shooting shit. That mass murder shit too. They love that shit. Especially when it came to the people in, that one person in Buffalo, New York, like what, 10 years ago, bruh? No, actually it was like 2019, bruh. Y'all was wildin' off of that shit, bruh. Y'all was trying to kill us for no fucking reason at all, bruh. And for what? Y'all always trying to find someone to blame, bruh, for your disparities, bruh. So don't blame us for these fucking stupid shit, bruh. Because y'all be blaming everybody else too, bruh. Fucking white people. Just these fucking white people.
with civil rights. There's no we here. This is somebody else. You're born in 2001. Like, that means that you're going to school in the 2010s and you think that you were disenfranchised? You think that you're set at a disadvantage? Give me a fucking break. Also, redlining affected multiple other demographic groups besides black people. This is something that they did to Hispanics. They did it to Jews. They did it to Italians. This isn't something that's unique to black people at all. So using redlining as a reason is just simply not relevant, because it like, you don't have those other.
It is relevant because it was only a small amount that was happening to those type of people. It was more. It was what, 2 to 3 times more happening to our people than those people, bruh. Yeah, it's still happening, but that doesn't mean what we had to deal with, what is not relevant, basically, because most of our people had to deal with that bullshit, bruh. We couldn't find jobs. The jobs we can find was the ones that was killing us easily, bruh. Like the mine jobs and warehouse jobs and all that other shit, bro. If we wanted to get a better job, we couldn't because of the redlining, especially in Baltimore, bro. Where I live, there was redlining all across this fucking city, bro. I'll show you. Redlining. Lining map. Baltimore. This is the redlining map in Baltimore. Let me zoom in. Oops. Yeah, here we go. So all of these parts for black community, right? All of these parts, which is the county parts, anything in downtown Baltimore, that's where all our people lived. All these parts were more county parts. The county surrounds Baltimore City. So this is Baltimore County. All this is Baltimore County. Yeah, there are some redlining right here too. But most of the redlining is in the city, obviously. You get some white people, but some black people living over here. But most of all this part is all white people. Let me find a better map. Okay. Percent of residential properties that are vacant and abandoned. Nope. Okay. Hazardous. This is a better. Yep, this is better. So definitely declining, hazardous. So this is all best, still desirable. So actually I was wrong. So these are the places that black people could live in. The red and the yellow. Where, and if you lived in these type of cities, and you was trying to find work, they will actually look up where you live. And if you live in these hazardous or declining places, then they know not to hire you. When it comes to the blue and green, that's where they're gonna hire you, and that's mostly white people, basically. All that is white people. All this county side is always gonna be white people. So you got, this is Catonsville. This is, I think all this is Timonium. Uh Not Rockville. Let me bring on the real a the actual map of Baltimore. So you see, this is Baltimore. This is downtown Baltimore. So you got White Marsh. This is where all of it was green and blue. You got Parkville and Towson, Catonsville over here in Ellicott City, Timonium. This was all white people, basically. All the surrounding Baltimore City. This is all county. This always been the thing. The county always surrounded Baltimore City. All of this was white people owned, basically. So, and I feel as though some of this redlining is still happening, for real. Because I can't even get a good, if I want to get something good, I have to have charisma. Because I can't even get a tech support job because of where I live at. Probably because of my felony. I don't really think it's because of my felony. Because mostly what I'm trying to find is a remote job. A remote tech job. And I've been finding non-experienced just entry jobs that you don't have to have experience for. You don't have to have your CompTIA A+ certification for these jobs. But yet they won't let me work there. I try to get a Best Buy warehouse job. Still nothing. And I know that Best Buy warehouse accept felons. So why am I not able to get these certain jobs when I say I am black or I'm mixed with white and black? But still, I can't get any of these type of jobs. But the first white person that actually can get these fucking jobs will go for it, bruh. And I be seeing these people will say we have found better, and I bet it's a white person. When it comes to my sister, right? She works at this USCCP gun insurance establishment, and it's remote. I'm happy that she got that shit. She was working on getting a getting into software development. She was learning HTML. She was learning Python. She was gonna go back to Harvard remote so she can actually get to know the what I wanted to do, the coding and whatnot. But yet they turned her down for a white man. And she's mixed just like me. So you can't tell me that all this racist redlining shit don't exist anymore. You can't tell me that. because it's still fucking happening, bruh. It's bullshit, but that's how shit is.
demographic groups committing the crimes on the same levels. It's just simply not true.
Which hindered black people from getting the better resources. Even talking about the black people that served in the military. After returning home, a lot of them were denied their GI Bill.
Which is disgusting and horrible, and obviously we should undo that. Everybody agrees with that. That's bad. Like, I think, and this is the problem, is that it's very clear and very easy to say that there were obvious, completely evil racial injustices that existed inside of the history of America. We all know this. You know this. I know this. Everybody knows this. But how much longer are we going to pretend like something that happened after World War II is the reason?
Until it stops happening right fucking now, bruh. Until it stops happening right fucking now, because this bullshit is still happening. It's happening and on a lesser amount, but it's still fucking happening. That's when we gonna stop whining about it.
Why somebody robs a 7-Eleven last week. At what level does personal accountability not take effect? This is crazy.
When y'all take accountability for what you guys been doing and how much y'all white privilege how y'all can actually get something we can't because of y'all white privilege, bruh. That's when it will stop. When y'all see that all this shit, even till now, with the SAVE Act and whatnot, with all these fucking Republicans trying to own the black seat, the Democratic seats, and the Democrats just letting it happen. And this is why I've been telling y'all to fucking vote for people like Andrew Yang, the independents motherfuckers, bruh. Because these Democrats, these fucking Republicans, don't want us, bruh. Don't want us. We're better off in another fucking country, bruh. We are better off in a motherfucking in another fucking country, bruh. Why should we still live in this country when they don't want us here? Yeah, other countries don't want us here, but at least they will provide us with better living standards, bruh.
Crazy.
Able to get the same resources that their white counterparts got for fighting in the same war that they did. Moving past this, we can get to COINTELPRO, them killing all of our leaders. Chemical warfare, mass incarceration. There have been so many agendas against black America.
Mass incarceration. Again, if you commit a crime, you should go to jail. It doesn't matter whether you're white, black, Hispanic, male, female, or
just like I said before. We're not as violent as y'all think. We not as I still believe that if we done the crime, then we should do the time. But we are doing crime for what y'all be doing, bruh. Not for what we are doing. For what y'all been doing. We are the scapegoats for y'all, bruh. Because y'all love doing these crimes because you got a scapegoat waiting for y'all to put them in jail and not y'all in jail. See, this guy doesn't do his research. He's a fucking retard, bruh. I don't know why people actually listen to his bitch ass, bruh. Let me see something. Oh. Yeah, but yeah.
So you look at mass incarceration. Are these people that are being put in jail for being black? Or are they people that are being put in jail for committing crimes?
Most likely, yeah. We saw the statistics on what I pulled up. Yeah, most likely, yeah. 55, 59, that's more than half, bruh.
Do you want to have, if you really want the best interests of any community of people, whether it's black people, poor people, Hispanics, white, etc., you don't want to have people that are out there in a community committing crimes. This isn't good for anybody. I don't get that. This shit annoys me. It's all fucking cope. It's massive cope.
So when we bring up these things, a lot of people just want to dismiss it. Now, anyway, Asmongold ended up replying to this tweet. It's true that blacks experience systemic racism. They benefit from it. Blacks and other minority groups enjoy preferential treatment through DEI and affirmative action at the expense of white and Asian Americans. Socioeconomic conditions is a cope, and everyone knows it. When I talked about this in my previous video, I didn't explain it right. Now, for one, y'all, when they talk about DEI, it's pretty much a dog whistle. And it's just so funny because these people.
What's the dog? It's not a dog whistle. Like, it's literally like what's the dog
don't even
whistle?
do their research and realize that
because DEI is mostly for white women, not for our community, bruh. Doesn't diversity DEI is diversity, inclusion, and what is the other one? Let's check it out. DEI. Oops. DEI, right? DEI. Yup. White women have been among the largest beneficiaries of DEI initiatives, gaining disproportionate access to leadership roles, promotion, and professional opportunities compared to women of color and other marginalized groups. Look at this shit, bruh. DEI programs have significantly increased white women's representation in executive and C-suite positions. For example, white women hold approximately 19% of C-suite roles, while women of color women of color hold only about 4%. Over the past decade, white women have also been the best compensated and have had the longest tenures in leadership roles. So how can you not tell me that DEI was more for white people than for other marginalized groups, bruh? But y'all hate DEI. Understandably so, because y'all hate y'all white women, bruh. Y'all hate any type of women. Let's see. C-suite jobs. Chief Executive Officer. Chief Financial Officer. CFO. Chief Operating Officer. Chief Information Officer. So these are high-paying jobs, bruh, that we can't even get to, bruh. Not even men, the black men. And I'm not talking for just only for black men. I'm talking about all women too, and the LGBT group, and all these groups that are disabled and whatnot. But yet, this is more for white women. That was supposed to be made for us, bruh. Us, bruh. Marginalized groups, bruh. Black people. Black women. Disabled LGBT groups, bruh. But yet, this was pushed more to white women. Bullshit.
DEI, it doesn't help black people as much as it helped other groups. Specifically,
Okay, good. Well, then I guess you guys should be against it and agree with me. Great. Yeah, okay, so then if it doesn't help you guys, then I guess we agree that it's bad. Okay, so it shouldn't happen. Right? And also,
No,
like,
this should happen, but not for the people that they've been pushing this on. This should have been pushed on for us, bruh. At our communities. The LGBT communities, bruh. The disabled communities. But yet not. No. This is more for white people. Just like I said, white communities. See, this is why I don't like being in the United States, because everything is more about white people, European people. They don't have a problem with Canadians coming here, but yet they have a problem with Mexicans coming here. Yet most Mexicans are the ones who do the jobs, bruh, are more hardworking than Canadians, bruh. Are way more hardworking than Canadians. But yet, they want more Canadians coming over here. But yet, and thing about it is, if you put a wall on one side, you put a wall on the other side. Which meaning, if you want to put a wall on the Mexican side, then you put a wall on the Canadian side. I don't fucking care how many people are coming from Canada. You do the same to each side, bruh. You don't do just one side just outright and not do the same for the other side. The only reason why they don't do that is because white people are coming from Canada. And they don't come as much as the Mexicans, bruh. I don't care how many people are coming from Canada. At least, fucking, when it comes to Mexicans, they actually do jobs. Not sit on the lazy asses, bruh.
he's right about this on a technicality. DEI helps white women more than it helps black people. This is absolutely true. But it helps black people and white women. So to say that DEI doesn't help black people is just simply not true. It's bad logic.
White
Just
people.
like I said before, it is true. Only 4% of people among 19% of white people. Only helps 4% of black women among 19% of white women. It doesn't even help us, bruh. Us black men. But only 4% of black women. That's 15% more more beneficial for white women. But yet 15% less beneficial to the black women, which it should be more beneficial to. See, these people are fucking dumb, bruh. They don't understand logic or common sense.
Did y'all know that white women are the biggest beneficiary of DEI? Also, DEI isn't just something for black people. DEI helps gay people, disabled people.
You think a gay person should get a job because they're gay? You want to suck a dick, that's great, but you shouldn't be getting a job for it. That's retarded.
No. They want a job just to get around, to survive. They don't want to get a job just for sucking dick, bro. This is faulty logic from these white motherfuckers, bruh. That doesn't want to research shit, bruh. These white people are fucking lazy, bruh. These white people are fucking retarded, bruh. And for fucking what? They got all the fucking information right at their computers, bruh. But yet, they are way too lazy to fucking research, bruh. To look into things.
Like, what are we talking about? Like,
people, veterans. So I just find it funny that
nobody has a problem with disabled people and veterans getting DEI. Because it's a quantifiable thing that you can define, that every single person who's disabled experiences a different level of impairment that you.
But yet, they're trying to take out DEI for veterans. They're trying to take out Social Security for veterans. They're trying to take out all these benefits that the veterans have to give to these rich asses, bruh.
Can quantify down. You can't do the same thing with race.
a lot of them love to put black people at the face of DEI when it's not true at all. But I explain this all the time, man.
Black people are not the face of DEI, but they're a beneficiary of it. This is obvious.
Equality equates.
We wish we was the beneficiaries of DEI, but we don't play no fucking part in the benefits of DEI. We still trying to survive out this bitch, bruh. But yet y'all wanna say that we getting all this benefits from DEI. Hell no. No the fuck we don't.
To oppression to these folks. And in 2026,
so equality is whenever you get preferential hiring practices. Let me get this straight. So let me understand this. So it is equality when there are preferential programs that are provided that give you an advantage based off of your race. That's equality? I don't think so.
So I would say that things are kind of getting on an equal playing field. Yeah. As black people, bro, we can do anything. We see greatness all the time.
I totally agree with you. So then why do you need it? Why do you need these advantages? Why do you need these privileges?
Because y'all white communities don't want us to fucking get the same jobs as you. Y'all white people want us to fucking suffer. And how government is reacting to it, y'all get more privileges than us, especially right now with all these fucking Republicans trying to own Democratic seats, and Democrats just letting it happen. Plus they're trying to get the SAVE Act. They're trying to take out all our voting rights and all that shit. What's next? You gonna make us slaves now? After all that? See, people, these fucking white people, bruh.
Is if you can do anything. Because he's right. You absolutely can.
In fact, my timeline for these past few weeks have been just black excellence on black excellence.
Congratulations. That's great. I think that we're all happy for you. Continue it. And you'll continue proving my point.
Black people graduating with doctor degrees, engineer degrees. Like, we've been doing amazing things, but this is the stuff they don't want to show. And the truth is, white mediocrity cannot get you as far as they used to. These white folks got to compete now. They can't just get what they pawpaw passed down to them. This is why we see so many.
Everybody should be competing on an even playing field. And
I'll show you this. I saw this yesterday. Here we go. This is it. They hate to see us win the truth about the graduation backlash. This is it right here. I'll put this in the descriptions when I'm finish this video, bro. Actually, I'm a copy this to my notepad. Alright, so this in the video I'm actually reacting to right now. Alright, there we go.
I think that really, if you look at, for example, medical school acceptance rates, and you see that white people versus, or like black people versus Asians, I think at a lowest quartile or like lowest 20%, the black people are getting accepted at a magnitude that is like 5 to 10 times higher than Asians. There is no logical reason why that should happen other than it being discrimination. This actually doesn't even have anything to do with exclusively white people if you want to talk about colleges, because the same disenfranchisement that white people are victims of in colleges, Asian people are also victims of in colleges. So, and also they are even more victims of it than white people are. So really, I mean, like, you can immediately disprove this logic by just looking at medical school acceptance rates.
But yeah, he's not talking about his people. All he's talking about is Asian people, not his people. Take accountability for your race, bruh. Take accountability, bruh. Y'all people are fucking retarded. With all that incest that y'all been doing in y'all within y'all families, that is what's making y'all ugly and fucking and fucking retarded too, bruh. All that fucking incest.
White folks in 2026 complaining about the economy, crying about Trump doing these things.
Well, complaining about the economy, like, well, yeah, what's wrong with that?
We keep telling y'all this. Racism is nothing but an excuse for capitalism. They don't care about y'all either, but they keep y'all blinded with this racism to make you feel like you're more important. Whole time you getting fucked over even worse. So Asmongold responds to Hassan and claims that black people are genetically inferior and socioeconomic conditions is just a cope. They are, it's a fact, is what he said. And let's take a look at the clip.
Treatment through DEI and affirmative action at the expense of white and Asian Americans. Socioeconomic conditions is a cope and everyone knows it.
Yes, correct.
I mean, this is the Elon Musk style. No, they are genetically inferior and socioeconomic conditions are a cope.
They are.
So he's doubling down and not denying it. And you know,
what's the doubling down on what? Wait a minute. Doubling down. I think that you've revealed the like. How can I double down on something that was only being said once? Number one, if I'm doubling down, maybe I'm talking about the thing that I was referencing in the original tweet. I said at the beginning, and then he also said that I said immediately after that, they are. How could I double down on something that was only said once? It doesn't even make sense.
Asmongold, I want to say that he's putting on a character. Y'all know I don't like to make excuses for these races. If they racist, I truly believe they are. But I say this because there is a specific clip of Asmongold where he says some real shit. And let's take a look at it. I had it in the last video, but I had to cut it out because of copyright issues. But let's just watch it.
And this might be a controversial opinion. People might not like this opinion, but I do think that black people now are still experiencing ripple effects of Jim Crow, slavery, pre-civil rights era, and also
yeah, he says it himself. Back when? He says it himself back when, bruh. But yeah, he wanted... Bruh, he sold himself out, bruh. He sold himself out for the fucking Trump, bruh. For fucking Trump. Sucking that fucking Trump dick. That orange fucking dick, bruh.
Other forms of segregation and discrimination. I think that there are ripple effects of that now. Let me give you one example. And if you agree with this, that's fine. If you don't agree with this, that's fine. There are almost no black people in America that have had a more than 2 or 3 generations of people that were properly educated because of segregation.
This is true.
I think that growing up in a family that speaks proper English, that understands the English language,
This guy
gives
is good, bro. Like the guy playing Fortnite.
you a
Holy fuck.
tremendous, insurmountable advantage over people who don't.
Yes.
Like I state, a lot of these people, they know the truth.
So
But
let me explain the difference, because I can see why he'd be confused about this. So I agree that black people have been, disenfranchised in that way. And I think that it's disproportionately affected them. That's absolutely true. But I think the way to solve that problem is the way to look at the actual problem itself. Is the problem because they were necessarily black right now, or is the problem because they don't have access to those same institutions? So the goal should be about giving everybody an equal chance. And the way that you do that is you look at that historical disenfranchisement, you look at how it manifests itself. The primary way that it manifests itself is financial and economic, and you look at ways to basically solve that problem through economic improvements. So things like, for example, affirmative action
No.
for people.
The logical thing to do is kill off these motherfucking white people and make them the marginalized people, bruh. Make them into fucking slaves and see how they feel about it, bruh.
That are low income. And if you approach affirmative action and you approach, for example, financial aid and other advantages that people have for being low income, you will disproportionately affect and improve conditions for people that are minority groups. And that is the goal that I have. So the funny thing about this is that I actually agree with him on this problem, but I just don't agree that the problem should be solved based on the basis of race. I think it should be looked at based on the basis of actual income, because, for example, Obama's daughters have more advantages than people that grew up in trailer parks, even if they're white. So what you should do is you should look at the
Obviously, because he got money. He went to Harvard. He got money, bruh. But he doesn't have as much privilege as Trump or any other of the white people that is along his financial range. I bet someone who is in the same financial range as Obama has more privileges than him.
economic effects of this. This is the whole quote from the clip. Well, let me see if I can find this. So that's really what the difference is. So I don't like this. That's my full thoughts about this. Is this the full quote? Let me see what it says. Like, what are we doing trying to act like there's nothing that's they've never been negatively affected by this? Of course you should look at it. That doesn't mean to just give them all of our money with reparations. No, I think our obligation to any minority here that's an American citizen is to provide them with an equal and fair opportunity that every other person has been entitled to. That is my resolution to it. My resolution isn't affirmative action. It's not reparations. It's giving them an opportunity to make up for that lack of opportunity in the past.
That's right.
But I do think that it exists. I do, and I think it's so obvious that it exists. Like, a good example is that, like, my and I can go into this more, right? But, like, yeah, I'm just talking about this. It makes a point. Yes. So this is, like, I even agree with you that this is a problem, but I'm saying that in order to address the problem, you have to look at addressing the problem and not a corollary. Because every single person that lives in the projects and Section 8 housing, in shitholes and trailer parks, every single one of those people are disenfranchised and they are disaffected and they're disadvantaged. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, or whatever the fuck. Man, woman, anything. You are disenfranchised if you're growing up there. You got bad spawn RNG. And I think that we need to focus on solving that problem for what it is, which is income and access to education. And if that disproportionately helps black people.
Yeah, but you see more our people in those type of states, bruh. It's easy to say that when you don't see what's going on in the world, bruh. These people are just fucking dumb, bruh. The amount of our people that are in Section 8, but yet the same people who has the same financial range as the people in Section 8, but still have houses and whatnot, bruh, or apartments, and these black people that are in Section 8 can't even leave these places, bruh, because they can't find anything better, while the same fucking the same people that are in the same range as in the same financial range as the black people, but they are white, can find better ways to obtain money, whether getting promoted or anything, bruh. There is a segregation. There is a big segregation, and that needs to stop. And it ain't going to stop right now because we ain't doing, yeah, we are doing something about it, but not the right thing. We need to bar these fucking white people up, make them into slaves like they done to us, and they're gonna feel as much, they're gonna feel the same way as us, but we're gonna do the same thing as them, as they did to us, bruh. Treat them like they're treating us, bruh.
Then I wouldn't be surprised because of the historical effects. But that doesn't mean that you should be adding things in that are exclusively done on the basis of race when the real genesis of this problem isn't race, it's income. That's what I really think. I feel like this is obvious, but, you know.
Their audience don't really want to hear it. It's cool to be racist in 2026. It's cool to be, you know what I'm saying,
This
dropping
is
the
racist.
N-word, you know, the edgy teens,
I'm
and
not
even these
saying the N-word.
older white folks, they love it. And even just going back to what he stated, a lot of y'all think this shit was so long ago. Like I stated, slavery was only 160 years ago. Rosa Parks died in 2005. The first girl that got integrated now has a TikTok, Ruby Bridges. So when they talk about being genetically inferior, that is not the case at all. You guys always just had more resources. And even just talking about being inferior.
Exactly. And I think that's the reason why we need to look at the access to resources, and we need to look at who doesn't have access to resources and make sure that people have those resources. And this should be done agnostic of race. We shouldn't be looking at, well, which race has more or less of these resources, or which race is committing more or less crime. Why don't we try to make sure everybody has the same resources and also make sure everybody's being put in jail for crime? Duh. Of course. How is this even a conversation?
Even this stuff on our skin that make it this copper color, melanin. To be fair, white people, y'all do have melanin, but black people have more. And if you didn't know, melanin is pretty much in every single part of the body. The skin, the hair, the eyes, your teeth, your brain. And there are so many studies coming out just proving how powerful this melanin is, which black people have more of it. Wouldn't it mean that more, you know what I'm saying? Not
Bro. You can't do this whenever you make a video. Like, I don't care about you doing this. If you want to say black people are superior, like, I get that you're joking around it, that's fine. But, like, you can't crash out for me making a video over this and then go and fuck around like this. It's bullshit. This is the kind of thing that makes people mad. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh my God. This is the problem, is that, and I'm not I don't know this guy, right? I don't want to make a million accusations, but what I do want to say is that there are a lot of people that whenever they're saying that they're fighting against white supremacy or something like that, what they're really doing is fighting for supremacy for themselves. They're really trying to find a way that they can advocate for their own identity at the expense of white people. These people don't want equality, they just want a different tier system of supremacy.
Not to be pseudo, and I'm gonna show y'all a clip of a white man stating something, because what you notice is that, man, what y'all,
For real, we should do that, bruh. off the expense of y'all. For real. Because y'all did that shit to us. Y'all did the same shit to us. But yet, y'all don't want us to do that to y'all. Bruh, y'all fucking hypocritical, bruh. We should just do the same shit to y'all, bruh. We should just do the same shit to y'all. Make y'all into slaves. For real? We should. Just kill all y'all people. Make y'all feel how we felt, bruh. I don't fucking care what you say, bruh. Y'all just hypocrites. Y'all just say any fucking thing, bruh.
Believe it more from a white man's mouth. I could say the same thing. Shout out to Joe Bart, but he been saying something that I've always say, and it's been going viral. You know what I'm saying? I've been stating this, but it just went viral because a white man said it. So that's why I say, man, as white people, and you want to, be down with the fight, use y'all platform to speak out, because sad to say, it'll go more viral.
I do all the time. I advocate all the time for fair treatment. I advocate all the time for better law enforcement, which minority communities are victims of violence. I advocate all the time for any sort of accountability for bad actors, and also for equal opportunity. But the problem is that whenever you have an equal opportunity and then you have a unequal
If that's the case, then why is your audience so fucking racist against us, bruh? Your fucking audience is so fucking racist, bruh. If you was advocating for that, then you would be losing a large amount of fucking of your audience, because what you're saying is not aligning to their beliefs, bruh. Instead of having how many audience you have right now, you should be down to what, 1,000, because what you're saying is not aligning to what their beliefs are. And all your fucking audience are is ideological, racist, crazy bitches, bruh.
outcome, you view that as not an equal opportunity. It is. Sometimes people just don't make the cut. That's what happens.
It'll attract more attention.
Doesn't necessarily mean it's systemic or systematic.
Bring more truth to what it really is, okay?
Melanin might be able to absorb radiation and redirect that energy for other functions in the cell. So researchers are...
Please, bro, please. Are we, there's no way we're doing this. Are we really,
They just mad they can't go into the sun like we can. They just fucking mad. Every time they go into the sunlight, they get sunburned and shit, bruh. That's all that is, bruh.
Oh, okay, here we go.
studying these unique fungi to potentially use their melanin to solve problems like radiation exposure from traveling and living in space.
Them niggas on Japanese Twitter, they might have been...
Dude, there's no way you're using a Yakub photo in order to disprove me saying something that I didn't even say and saying that I'm racist. You're using... Are you kidding me? Look at this. This is straight out of fucking Instagram reels. This is like a Gartha.
On or something. We might really be the Vulture-mites. You know what I'm saying?
The
Vulture-mites? I hope you see this video. You have it.
Oh my... Okay, wait. All right, let me listen. He said to me.
Might have been on or something. We might really be the Vulture-mites. You know what I'm saying? So in short, man, Asman, I hope you see this video. Okay. You have a huge platform. And instead of you...
We are the Vulture-mites, bruh. We are. Let's get these white people mad.
using it to push racist agendas. Why don't you do like you did before and talk about the real truth? Because
there's something in the middle. And the real truth is that the economic disadvantagement of the bottom 20% of the population disproportionately affects minorities for historical reasons. But it's not completely bigoted. Being broke isn't something that black people have a monopoly on. White people are broke too. I used to be one. So the reality is that I want to improve this situation too. It's just that we disagree on where to start for the problem. You're trying to advocate for doing it based on race. I don't think that's a good solution. I think that if there is something that you can quantify that is systematically unfair for black people, then let's look at what that is, why that's happening, and evaluate whether it's true or not. But fundamentally, we should be looking at how to make things better for everybody. It shouldn't be based around skin.
Yeah, I think so too. But the thing is, when it comes to y'all people, bruh, y'all got way more privileges than us, bruh. We should have the same amount of privileges than y'all, bruh. So if you really wanted that, bruh, you would actually be like this. The rest of these white people that been advocating for our people, but yet no, you don't, bruh. Just like your racist audience, you just as racist as them, bruh.
Color, it should be based around obviously the content of your character. And this is why giving people equal opportunities based on quantifiable disadvantages such as income is the reason why I think it's a good thing. And this would disproportionately help minorities, and also not just black people, Hispanics too.
You was talking that real shit.
I'm on your
side. But I guess your audience, they didn't like it.
I'm on your side. This is the thing. I'm literally on your side. It's just that I say it in a way that maybe like, and again, I don't think that, you know, if you rob a 7-Eleven, if you violently assault somebody, if you murder somebody, that's not because of slavery. That's not because of Jim Crow. That's because you.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it right here. I'm gonna put the videos down into the descriptions if you want to hear the rest of it. But I got some more videos to do, bruh. I got some more videos to do. So yeah, I'm gonna see y'all later. You already know the link is down below my webcam. Yeah, I'll see y'all later. Death is out. Once I fucking find my cursor.
Face brew, overstand the underhanded ways of Sean P. Set trap, get clapped like a nigga on Saw 3. Dirty Harry gun, the fofo clap strong, put a hole in you.